The Chesapeake Bay is the country's largest estuary, with a drainage basin of more than 64,000 square miles. But the bay is only an average of 21 feet deep, and the ecosystem surrounding it is under stress. State Representative Ron Miller from the 93rd Legislative District is vice chairman of the Chesapeake Bay Commission, which advises General Assembly members on matters of bay-wide concern. And he's here today to discuss the continued bay cleanup effort and something called nutrient credit trading. Very simple. What is it? How's it done?
You know, we need to reduce the amount of phosphorus, nitrogen going into the Chesapeake Bay. So there are mandates from the federal government that says we have to, like point sources, outflow pipes from sanitary sewer systems, factories, things like that. We must reduce the amount of nitrogen and phosphorus going into the bay from those sources. To upgrade a sanitary sewer system is quite expensive for my constituents, for the residents of Pennsylvania. So we also have phosphorus and nitrogen loading coming from farms, from agriculture. So is it possible that we can find a way to help agriculture do more than what they're required to do by having the sanitary sewer systems or factories or whatever might be a source of this potential pollution, these nutrients to the bay? Can we find a way that the farm community, the ag community, can do more than what they're being required to do and offset the reductions being required of a sanitary sewer system? Depending on what you're going to do, it can be 20 to 80% of the cost can be offset. Let's say that we can reduce, as an average, the cost of compliance by 50%. You're talking billions of dollars in a tight economy, so it's something we really need to explore. I guess a good example would be this. You have a dairy farm in York County. We could, and almost everyone has at least one, if not two, streams flowing across it. We could help them to establish a riparian buffer, not farm as close to the stream banks as we might have in the past. That certainly would be a loss of income or a potential loss of income to the farmer. So maybe the sanitary sewer system, instead of doing the upgrades, can pay for them to establish a 50 or 100-foot riparian buffer on either side of the stream. The same thing could be done by fencing to keep cattle and other animals out of the streams and away from the streams. So we're looking at this trading program as being a way to benefit the bay, but also benefit those that are being charged with the reduction of the nutrients going to the bay, so that maybe it's not as costly a program as it would be otherwise.
We've heard for years about efforts to clean up the bay. It's been going on for a long time, obviously. There are goals in place to achieve cleanup, are there not?
There are, and we're trying to get back to about the 1950s health of the bay. A lot of development has occurred since, and we need to get the health of the bay revised. We need to do it so that the aquatic life, the grasses in the bay, reestablish the beneficial grasses. We need to also reestablish the crab population, and let's face it, South Central Pennsylvania, everybody loves the Chesapeake Bay and the crabs and the recreation that it provides. But the crabs, the oysters, the crabs are coming back pretty well. We still have a lot of work to do on the oyster population, but there's a lot going on, and we are seeing some improvements. There's going to be some future offsets required, that if people are going to develop more land, they might have to buy some of these credits also. Remember, the Chesapeake Bay is a very large estuary, but over 50% of the water going into it comes from Pennsylvania through the Susquehanna River Basin. So it certainly has an impact on our constituents, these cleanup requirements, but also what we send to the bay has a large impact on the bay.
If you would like more information on this particular issue, we will show you Representative Miller's contact information in a few seconds and a link to his website, which will give you an in-depth report on the nutrient credit trading program. I'm Scott Little. Thanks for spending 5 minutes with State Representative Ron Miller.